Hi there, my name is Beck, and the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. So the question on my mind this morning, the question that I've been toying around in my head is, do you need to be a massive douchebag, like a massive, massive douchebag, to be a Hollywood celebrity? Do you need to be one? Is it possible to be a decent human being and a Hollywood celebrity, or do you really need to be a massive, self-obsessed, narcissistic piece of human filth to be a celebrity? So that's a reasonable question, because the antics we see coming out of celebrities is really quite remarkable, and the antics we're seeing today are just breathtaking. I mean, I wish I could say I'm not surprised, but I so am. It's so stupid. I'm more offended at the sheer stupidity of it. So yeah, that's the issue we're going to be getting into, in this video. Before we get there, can I ask you guys, can you hit that subscribe button? Thank you very much. I very much appreciate. I do very much appreciate it. I just passed 1,000 subscribers. I'd like to stay above 1,000 subscribers. I wouldn't mind heading to 2,000 subscribers. Actually, I guess my next goal will be 1,500. Yeah, if you can hit the subscribe button, thank you very much. I am very, very appreciative. Go and check the video notes. There is a science fiction audio adventure you can download right now called The Tomorrow People, the New Gods. This was made by a company called Big Finish, but it's out of print and you can't buy it anymore, and they don't even have the license for it, so you can't even get a digital copy. So go ahead and download it, enjoy it. If they ever get the license back, which I doubt they will, I would buy a copy from them, to keep everything square and kosher. Also, if you subscribe, you can enter to win fantastic prizes. We give prizes away every week. This is one of the weaker ones. I say, I give this feel like, oh, yeah, fantastic prizes. Like every time my hand reaches for it, it goes, oh, yeah, this is a bit of an awesome. But you know what? I tell you, this is a movie that you need to have in your DVD collection. It is, of course, the original Spider-Man, Sam Raimi, the Sam Raimi Spider-Man starring Tobey Maguire. Fantastic 2-disc set. It's got tons of documentaries and extras in it. All you need to do to win it is subscribe to the channel. Subscribe and leave the hashtag webhead, and we're going to do the prize drawing on Sunday. It's the 7th of June, when we're going to pick out a new prize for the upcoming week. Fine. So the question we're asking is, do you need to be a massive douchebag to be a Hollywood celebrity? And the first piece of evidence we have clearly says yes. Yes, we do. So let's read this article from the wonderful Bounding into Comics, which like people who aren't celebrities, like micro celebrities, like really second, third tier comic book writers, have said this is an evil website full of alt-right. They got mad at them because they said maybe looting and massive crime is a bad thing. They got mad at them, so they said don't go to Bounding into Comics anymore. Was it B. Clayton Moore? What an idiot! It's a great website. Please support it. So yeah, so they have this article here. Report: Thor actor. Why is everybody called an actor nowadays? This is just an aside. Thor actor Natalie Portman and Captain Marvel's Brie Larson signed open letter to defund police departments. Really? Okay, twinkle. Okay, yeah, arseholes. Yeah, and I think that's the only real proper descriptors I can use at this point. It's lovely that you arseholes have lots of money and can afford a private security detail. Most people can't do that, so they rely on what's called the police. The police. Yes, yeah. Now, I understand that it feels really good. It feels really, really good. It feels like very elevating to be able to be outraged by something and condemn something and condemn people. Oh, nothing feels better than condemning people. The only thing that feels better than condemning people is condemning an entire body of people. And in this case, it's the police force. I'm sorry. I remember 9/11. I remember 9/11 when we remembered that the firemen and the police are heroes. I remember 9/11, and for the most part they are. The most part they are. Okay, you have douchebag policemen. Yes, you do. Do you have the same amount of douchebaggery amongst policemen or police persons, or do you have a higher percentage of douchebaggery in Hollywood? Let's work that out, shall we? No, that'd be Hollywood. Come on! Yeah, you guys are utter morons. Utter morons. And without a police force, you know what happens? Mass looting. Yeah. Maybe you've seen the news recently. Those peaceful protests when people were running away from a train carrying plasma screens, like massive TVs. Yeah, that their peaceful protest was stealing stuff and destroying property and those peaceful protests. But no, because Brie Larson and Natalie Portman, two people who I absolutely despise, and now because they want to defund the police, I will remember this when your idiotic movies come out. Natalie Portman, you're going to be Lady Thor. Yeah, good luck with that. Even with Taika Waititi directing, who I also think is a massive douchebag, at least he's a very talented one. Even with Taika Waititi directing, you ain't getting any money out of me to see that movie. So fine, let's read this article. A number of Hollywood celebrities, or should we just say douchebags? No, let's say celebrities. A number of Hollywood celebrities, including Marvel's Natalie Portman. The best thing is, I bet she hates being called Marvel's Natalie Portman. She's like, oh, I'm an actor. I was going to talk about why can't we call them actresses anymore? Honestly, if there's two categories in award ceremonies for actors and actresses, for male performance, female performance, why? Listen, I understand separating sports between men and women, because men have, I know you don't want to admit it. Men have a larger muscle mass, just the way. I know you want to say everybody's the same. You're big in the trans thing. I understand that, but you're idiots, and it doesn't make any sense. But never mind. So I understand separating out male and female sports, because if you just had male sports, or like if you didn't separate them out, then women wouldn't be playing professional sports, which is actually what's happening with trans women playing sports. Now, whenever they allow that, women, genetic women tend to be forced out. They're not so happy about it. But no, don't think about anything, because you're a Hollywood douchebag, and Hollywood douchebags can't think about it anyway. So yeah, why is it called actor? And why is there separate categories for acting and for actors and actresses? What you say? Well, don't tell me that Robert De Niro, Meryl Streep can't compete with Robert De Niro. No, you can. I think it's just you want to give out more awards, really. So maybe it's time to forget about that. Half the awards, and maybe you'll have less time to wag your fingers from dancers at like regular people who need the police to survive. Okay, a number of Hollywood douchebags, including Marvel's Natalie Portman and Brie Larson. Oh my god, really? Okay, so there's this Jewish fable about the story goes like this. There's a father walking with his young child in a forest, right? And he picks up the kid and puts the kid on the shoulders, and so the kid can reach all the trees and everything, and none of the animals on the ground can get to him. And the kid's loving it, and it's feeling really good. And then after a little bit, the kid forgets that he's on the father's shoulders, and he thinks he's doing this all by himself. And at one point, he asks somebody, "Have you ever?" He asked somebody as he's getting more and more arrogant, thinking that everything he's doing is under his own power. He said, "By the way, have you seen my father?" He completely forgets about his father. At that point, the father becomes a good parent and takes the kid off his shoulders and puts him down on the ground. And then a dog comes along and bites him. That's the fable. The fable is about the nation state of Amalek. Amalekites are the evil anti-Jews there in the Bible. So essentially, the Amalekites are there's weird crap, but essentially they were the nationalist socialists from the 1930s Germany, which you cannot mention on YouTube because you will get in trouble. Don't do that. So that's essentially who they. I know everyone said this is them. This actually was them. There's if you want, call me up on a live stream. Come on a live stream. I'll go through all the different different things of who Amalek is. So okay, but there's a real feeling of justice in that story, because that kid got arrogant and he forgot where his power came from. He forgot how he became elevated, and the element of justice was the kid came along and bit him. So in the fable, the kid in the story is the Jewish people. God is the father, and the dog is the nation of Amalek, because that's why this nation of Amalek comes on. So I feel that's really, really a kind of similar thing here. You know, these douchebag celebrities are on our shoulders. They are on our shoulders. They do not know. They can't remember how they got there. They think they got there all by themselves, and we're all just wanting them to be put down and be nipped by a dog. Nipped, but not killed, not maimed, but nipped by a dog. And they have them brought back to reality of who they are and what the world is. Fine. So yeah, this is. I always think of that story whenever I read these. So annoying things. Okay, a number of Hollywood douchebags. Okay, Brie Larson, a woman of such incredible privilege. Yeah, that privilege she used to make a movie, a feature film featuring one of the world's greatest actors. Yeah, that's a privilege most people don't have. And then if you ever seen that movie, Unicorn Store, you can see it's pretty much a wasted privilege because it was awful. Unwatchable. Okay. So you got Brie Larson, singer John Legend, who cares? Signed an open letter calling to defund the police departments across the United States of America in the wake of George Floyd. How stupid do you have to be? Oh my God! So what are you going to say that? Let's say a fireman. A fireman is a racist and he kills a black person. Let's say so we should get rid of the fire department. No more fire department. No, because they're targeting black people. You know that it's the dumbest thing ever. But again, it's an idea from Black Lives Matter, and I would say Black Lives Matter are not really what their name says. In fact, I would go as far as say the only people who don't think Black Lives Matter, the only people who don't think Black Lives Matter are is the group Black Lives Matter. Because if you watched my live stream yesterday, you saw I played John Boyega. John Boyega talking a lot of sense. I don't think he realized he was talking a lot of sense. He was talking. He addressed a Black Lives Matter rally at Hyde Park. Clearly, very, very, very emotional. And he addressed the absolute core of the issue. The absolute core of the issue was this: that you need to have a functioning society, to have a independent society, to have a society that has self-determination, self-determinism, right? A society that's not dependent on others to survive. You need to have that needs to be made up of family units, predominantly of family units. Now I understand marriage sometimes doesn't work out. I get that, and you need to divorce and you need to move on. But children being raised by their fathers, having a mother and a father to raise them, and I understand it's not always possible, but it should be mostly possible. And how that would be mostly possible is if you sacrifice, if you say, Black Lives Matter, the life of this little black kid who I happen to have fathered matters more than what I want to do. The life of this woman who I had a baby with matters more than what I want to do. And I want to run away. I want to not be responsible. I want to be an absent father. I want to do that. But black lives actually really matter. And that's something I think for Black Lives Matter to have any credibility, that should be a cornerstone. You should not be able to be a member of Black Lives Matter if you are an absentee father. That's how strong this needs to be, because that is the core. That is the absolute beating core of what's causing the woes for the African American community in America, because they don't have stable family units. They have worse people. That's just how you make good people, by having a mother and a father sacrifice and raise them. Right, that's how you get good people. And you don't have that, you get bad people. You get people who have no problem with looting. You have people who will go into crime rather than go into earning a living. Right? You need moral values to be a good person, and you need to have the example of a father and a mother together. So especially the father. Your moral core comes from not from even listening to what your father says, because I think it gets imprinted on you from you actually being that person. That's what makes good people. And without that, you're going to have a high crime community, which is going to be over policed, and and there are going to be because there are police, there are going to be policemen there that do abuse their power and are racist, because that's just the way things are. There are people like that. But yeah, if you take out the need for this intense policing, then everything melts away. Everything melts away. But the reason the reason the family unit has been systematically destroyed in black communities, and they have been systematically destroyed in black communities, is to keep them leading the Democratic Party. So for entitlement, so they can because it's only it's ostensibly an easier life, but it's a worse life. It's actually a worse life. But again, you can either there's always a way. You can either do what you want or be who you want to be. Doing what you want is always the easier choice. It's always the easier choice at the time. Ultimately, it's the worst choice. Being the person you want to be is always the harder choice, and ultimately it makes you happier. So yeah, so all that intelligence was completely ignored by virtue signaling idiots, Natalie Portman and Brie Larson. Yeah, listen. At least I can say Natalie Portman's a talent. Brie Larson, God, she's a vacuum of talent. So let's see what idiotic thing they said in an open letter titled "Defund Police, Defend Black Lives." Ah! Yeah, really. And so once you take the police out of the equation, then everything's going to be fine. There's going to be no problems, right? Okay, yeah, okay. You're an idiot. That's why you think that. You're an idiot. Claims that within the context of the scourge of anti-black police, citation, like prove that, establish that. I want you to establish that you are more likely to be a racist if you're a policeman, policewoman, than if you're not. I want you to prove that, because I can prove you're more likely to be a douchebag if you're a Hollywood celebrity than if not. What's my citation? I'm looking at it. This article. The government caused by was it anti-black police terror and resulting in uprising taking place across the U.S. The pandemic deaths and the deaths caused by police terror are connected and consequential to each other. That's a fun theory. It's wrong. It's stupid, but it's a fun theory. And I bet you feel better for it, Brie. I bet you feel better for that, Natalie. You know what you really should do? How about this? Why don't you take 80% of your net worth? That would leave you with enough to live off for the rest of your life, and put it into building teaching hospitals in black communities. Oh what? What? You're not so into that, really? Oh really? Why not? Oh go. You mean that's something that might have a cost to you? Yeah, of course you don't want to do that because you're a douchebag. The letter adds policing and militarization overwhelmingly dominate the bulk of the national and local. But yeah, exactly. Because we have a community that has been targeted to have their families destroyed, the family unit destroyed. And with that family unit destroyed, it's impossible for any community not to fall into criminality. You need that family unit to there. And again, and there's absolutely nothing to say that one skin color, that melatonin in your skin means you can't be in a family, you can't sacrifice, you can't be a good person. Yeah, really? That's your point you want to make? No. Vile. Yeah, this is going to go too long. Let me just get. Black communities are living in persistent fear of being killed by state authorities like police, immigration agents. How about this? How about not breaking the law and not illegally entering the country? Now, I've never illegally entered the country ever. It hasn't occurred to me to do that. It's never been like, oh, I think I'm just going to go there because I want to. No, it's never occurred to me to do that. So maybe don't do that. And there wouldn't be such a need for this amount, these budgets. But the reason they need immigration agents is because the Democratic Party need new voters. Because as you become more affluent, as societies, communities grow and become affluent, and you need to have those family units to be able to do that, then you stop voting for the Democrats, and they don't like that, so they don't want to be more affluent. I tell you that the Democrats still love their slavery. They still love it. Despite continued profiling, harassment, terror, or killing black communities, did I skip anything there? I skipped the paragraph. By state authority, immigration agents, even white vigilantes. Really? Oh, what? You mean the same white vigilantes that went after Jesse Smollett? The real killers, right? Those ones. Yeah, really? What citation again? Are there any? No, no, no. Because you're an idiot. You're idiots. Oh, who on broad, emboldened by state actors, not mentioning no names. Orange man, not mentioning any. Yeah, okay. This is insanity. Bleh! Everything you're saying is wrong. State and local government spent 60 billion on police and corrections in 2017. Yeah, wouldn't it be great if violent crime wasn't such a big problem? Wouldn't that be great? Ooh, how can you do that? You wonder. Maybe by listening to John Boyega, maybe doing that. I don't know. Despite continual profiling, oh yes, yeah, you'll find police generally profile criminals. That's how it happens. Harassment, yes, they find police generally question and arrest criminals. Terror, yes, you'll find criminals are often more scared of the police than they're not. And the killing of black communities. Oh, so now you don't like the Democrats? Okay. Local and federal decision makers continue to invest in a police which leaves black people vulnerable in our community, and our community is no safer. Utter nonsense. Again, you see when the police leave, again, that rioting wasn't there because there was a functioning police presence. No, that looting wasn't happening because of functioning police presence. The letter then details them. Oh, blah 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 blah. Idiot. Let's just get to their post. John Les and so who's on this? John Les and Lizzo. I have no idea who they are. Tara G.P. Henson, no idea who you are. Natalie Portman, know who you are, and I am so ashamed that you're Jewish. Okay, it's such a cause of personal embarrassment that you are Jewish. Oh my God, The Weeknd. Is that a person? The Weeknd. Oh, listen. The Weeknd saying it, well, that's astute political analysis. How can I disagree? And look, he's also joined by Common. Really? Why don't any of you have grown-up names? Here's the one with a grown-up name, Jane Fonda. Yeah, Hanoi Jane, great darling. I'm going to be first with you, American Ferrera. You are I think she's been on a couple of sitcoms. Brie Larson, yeah, entitled White Woman. Megan Rapinoe, crazy lesbian. And Yara Shadidi, another bit part bit part player in sitcoms. So let's just see some of their wonderful wonderful and really thoughtful posts. So Brie Larson says, LA residents, white people, take a look at Mayor Garcetti's budget versus the people's budget. Call and email, use your voice. There are many ways to be an ally. This is one. Okay, so let me get this straight. Is Mayor Garcetti? Mayor Garcetti, if they're in LA, I'm going to make a guess. I'm going to make an educated guess. They're probably not on board with the evil orange man. Probably not. That's just my guess. And then Natalie Portman. Let's just read the sheer stupidity dripping out this idiot's mouth on Instagram. So her reform is ban chokeholds and strangleholds. Yeah. I listen. I look. It worked out badly with George Floyd. That's for damn sure. But they are unfortunately necessary and effective when dealing with bad people. Again, you're acting like they're dealing. They're not dealing with criminality. Why are they dealing with criminality? Because their communities have been targeted to have their family units destroyed. That's why. Require de-escalation. Yes, the police already do that. I've seen that happen. Require warning before shooting. Yes, if you don't do that, it becomes an illegal shooting. Yes, they need that. That's already enshrined in law. So all these things are the one is stupid. 2 is enshrined in law. 3 is enshrined in law. Exhaust alternative before shooting. Yes. Have you ever been to police training? Have any of you ever been to police training? No, of course you haven't. Together, these 8 policies can decrease police violence by 72%. Duty to intervene. Oh yeah, that's a great plan. Yeah, duty to intervene. Ban shooting at moving vehicles. Because, criminals don't use moving vehicles. Absolutely not. That's a very good point. ban shooting at using moving vehicles, establish the use of false continuum. I have no idea. Okay, whatever that is. Require all false to be reported. It is! God, you're all such morons. Let's see what page 2 of this is. Yeah, this is what page 2 of it? Virtually. Let's just read her words of wisdom. Today, at Campaign Zero is launching 8 Can't Wait, a list of 8 policies when combined have the power to reduce police violence that results in death up to 72%. So again, Natalie, darling, how about this? Why don't you just go and live in a normal house and have the police effectiveness reduced 72%? Why don't you go do that and see how that works out for you? Yeah? Okay, great. Let me know how that goes, darling. These policies will make our communities safer. No! And can be enacted right now. Yes, they can. Visit 8can'twait.org to see where the city, where your city stands on these eight policies, and then join me in encouraging mayors to take action immediately. Follow blah blah blah, and I am a massive idiot. And listen, darling, okay, I get it. You were you're in a couple of movies. Yeah, I get that you're in a couple of movies. I don't care. You're still an idiot, darling. You're still an idiot. That's just a. And then we have Common. Whoever, I have no idea who Common is. Care about it? You don't care about it. Cry about it? You don't. I bet you cry about it because it makes you feel good about yourself. Mourn about it? I don't think you care about the issues. Organize about it? Yeah, okay. Protest about it? Again, the overwhelming message is absentee fathers cannot be tolerated any further. Once you do that, you have credibility. Once you do that, you're taking accountability, which gives you credibility. What you're doing right now is you're saying it's somebody else's fault. It's not me. Yeah, and you're never, ever, ever going to be free of you're never going to have your self-determinism without taking accountability. The two things it's impossible for them to go with each other. You need to take accountability to be able to have free self-determinism. And what all these policies are doing is ignoring that. And again, my bottom line takeaway from this is I believe Black Lives Matter to most people. For most normal people, I think most people were beside themselves with offense at the by the death of Floyd. And I don't care what he did. He didn't deserve to be killed that way. From what I know, he didn't deserve to be killed that way. I think most people believe Black Lives Matter. You know who doesn't believe Black Lives Matter is Black Lives Matter? Because they say it's okay to say these Black lives don't matter. These lives don't matter enough for me to sacrifice my own personal freedom to be able to raise them. And until Black lives do matter, Black lives won't matter. And it's their fault. My name is Sheila Beckin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.